Today we're going to multiply polynomials. This is a skill that we've done several times before, but we're going to start with multiplying a monomial by a binomial. So for example 1, we're going to start with 2x times x minus 1. First thing we're going to do is we're going to distribute. Okay, we're going to distribute the 2x to both terms of that binomial. That's going to give us 2x squared minus 2x. For those of you that may like to use the box method or need another way to solve it, I have a box right here. It is a 1 by 2, it's one row and it's 2 columns. On the outside left, we're going to write 2x. On the top, we're going to put the x minus 1, or the x over the first column and the negative 1 over the second column. Now we're simply going to, again, distribute, multiply these two numbers together. So 2x times x is going to give you 2x squared. 2x times a negative 1 gives you a negative 2x. And of course, your final answer is 2x squared minus 2x. This is the same answer you got when you distributed. So it doesn't matter what method you use, you still should get the same answer. So let's look at example 2. Example 2, we normally hear FOIL, your first, outer, your inner, and your last. But for example 2, I am going to distribute x to 3x, x to negative 2. So x to 3x is 3x squared. X times negative 2 is a negative 2x. Now I'm going to multiply 1 times 3x. That gives me a positive 3x. And then 1 times negative 2 gives me a negative 2. I have to combine those like terms for this one. When I combine those like terms, you should get 3x squared plus x minus 2. Now let's check that with using the box method. So I have an x here and a 1. Then I have 3x minus 2 here. 3x times x is 3x squared. X times negative 2 is a negative 2x. 1 times 3x is 3x. 1 times negative 2 is a negative 2. So right here in this step, we have to combine like terms just as we would for the first by using FOIL. So when I take 3x squared, I subtract 2x, I add 3x, and then I bring down my negative 2, and I combine like terms. My final answer is 3x squared plus x minus 2. For example 3. Now for example 3, you're going to notice that I have a binomial times a trinomial. Since I have that binomial times that trinomial, I'm going to multiply all of the terms. So x times x squared is going to give me x to the third power. X times x is going to give me x squared. And x times 1 is going to give me x. Then I'm going to multiply the negative 2 with all the terms in the trinomial. So negative 2 times x squared is a negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times x is minus 2x. And negative 2 times a positive 1 is going to give me a negative 2. Now, when I get to this step, I have to combine like terms. So x squared combines with a negative 2x squared. X combines with a negative 2x. This should give us x to the third minus x squared minus x minus 2. Let's check this. So in my 2 by 3, I'm going to write an x here and a negative 2 there. I have x squared at the top, a positive x, and a positive 1. X times x squared gives me x to the third. X times x gives me x squared. X times 1 gives me 1x. Negative 2 times x squared gives me a negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times x gives me a negative 2x. And then negative 2 times 1 gives me a negative 2. I still have to go through and combine like terms. When I combine like terms, I have x to the third minus 2x squared plus x squared minus 2x plus x minus 2. When you combine like terms, I have x to the third minus x squared. I have 2 lines under negative 2x plus x. When I combine those, that gives me a negative x. And then I bring down my negative 2.